So good evening, good morning, everyone. So guys, today's session it's going to be a little bit theoretical. I know because my session is mostly it's going to be a real time, right? But I need to take you through a little bit more about the history of Linux and introduction of Linux. That is more important for you to understand, right? Any doubt? You can ask me. Okay, once I'll finish, and when I'll ask that, please, you can ask your queries and doubts. Then you guys can raise your hand, or you can ask your shoot your questions. I'll answer your each and every question, guys. Okay. But whenever I am explaining any of the things, let me finish it first, and then you guys can ask your question, right? So that makes sense for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, please make sure you guys will be on mute, okay, when I'll be explaining anything, right? Yeah. Mm. Okay. So, guys, in front of you, there are two diagrams. This is a very typical diagram of a Linux operating system. All of you know what is a operating system. I don't wanted to explain these things and all, but anyways, because since most of the people think that Linux is just some set of commands, so which is absolutely wrong. Okay, so by looking at this diagram, you will understand what is operating system is all about. So when we started engineering, somebody of you have done graduation, right? Or some of you have done the BTech, B or engineering, right, from universities and all. So there, the very basic definition of operating system, it's going to be a interface between your user interface and your hardware, guys, right? But when you talk about, okay. So when you talk about in a very layman language, so the example is very pretty clear for you. So you should make sure. So whatever you see, just evolve this label, right? The foundation, it's always going to be your Linux, right? So hardware is there. Obviously, if you have to install any kind of a software, though its operating system itself is a software, okay? So we cannot say it's something it's different from your code and all, right? So it's written in C basically. The kernel is written in C, right? And so that is what, and it has to be installed in some kind of a hardware, right? So that hardware, it's going to be your BIOS, okay? And on top of it, you are going to install your operating system, and on top of that, whatever you see nowadays, okay, any set of DevOps tool, right, or even cloud also, okay, cloud itself, right? So whenever, so why I am telling cloud itself, because if you have to understand your cloud, then you have to understand this in front of you, right? So like VMware itself, like this is a traditional architecture of your VMware. So where you see a hardware, operating system, and then the application, okay? So even virtual machine is nothing but it's a software only, right? And that software you are going to install in between basically your operating system and your hardware. So anyways, again I'll be explaining these things, you no need to worry about that one. So just to give you a kind of a understanding what is a importance of a operating system, guys, right? So whenever you are going to think, okay, that I have to deploy this application or I have to configure this application, then you have to think of this diagram, okay, all the time. Please make sure whether the strongest building of or sorry, whether the tallest building of this, right, you know, Burj Khalifa is there, that itself has a if you see, if you wanted to know the foundation of it, so it's very deep inside, right? So Linux is like that only. Nobody is going to see this gray area. I call this as a gray area. You see this one because everybody is talking about this. This is basically a user interface or a web app or a application server or a web server. Everyone knows about this one, right? Because obviously if you are interacting with a Android app or a iOS app or any of the website, right? Nobody knows, if even if you see here freshertube.com, right? It's my own website, so you are able to see this, right? Correct. Nobody knows what is there and where we have installed this one, right? So if you have to think, then you have to think of this gray area before going for any of this. Okay, so there only we are lacking, guys. So just take this part as a very seriously. Okay, so things will be go in right direction for you. Okay, so little bit more about the history of Linux, because you should know from where it is coming from. Okay, so how many of you can recognize these two people? Who is Dennis Ritchie and who is Ken Thompson? I'm not talking about Linus Torvald. Okay, things is not started from Linus Torvald. Let me tell you very clearly. Linus Torvald was just a college going student. Okay, who took the kernel from the university and made his own operating system called Linus, means Linux, in his name only. But things is started from where? Things has been started from these two guys. So any idea by looking at this image that who is Ken Thompson and who is Dennis Ritchie? I know most of you know about Dennis Ritchie. Yeah, please go ahead.
The specs one is Denny's and the Thompson is without the specs one.
No. Okay, the specs one you are telling, uh, Dennis.
Denny's.
So, guys, in the left corner, you have Ken Thompson, and in the right corner, you have Dennis Ritchie. Okay. So, basically, from where it started, it all started from Bell Labs, guys. Okay. So, like in Bell Labs, Ken Thompson developed a Unix. Basically, we call it as a platform dependent. All of you know, you have heard. So, don't think that Unix and Linux are same, first of all. You need to, because everywhere whenever you go to internet, you go and find out Linux or slash Unix slash Linux, people will write it down because they are doing it so intentionally, so that anybody who is searching for Unix, they'll get into entered into Linux. That's it. So that is a keyword, that is what they are using. But there is a very big line between Linux and Unix. Okay, so the thing is that in 1969, okay, Mr. Ken Thompson, he wanted to build operating system for his own purpose. Okay, for he wanted to play games and all, right? So, and who helped him at that time? His colleague Dennis Ritchie. Okay, so this entire thing, okay, Dennis Ritchie has wrote it down in 1974. This entire kernel. Okay, at that time it was not a operating system, it was just a kernel. Okay, so they have wrote it down this entire kernel, right, in 1974, and they got a license of it and they named it as a Unix operating system, guys, right? So these two peoples are there and they have made it for their own purpose. Later on, these people have get a license, right, and they have made it available for everyone whoever is going for that particular university. Okay, this is just a introduction or a history, I just wanted to let you know. Okay, so that is there. But I would say in 1991, this was a guy, his name is, okay, he's still alive. Okay, Linus Torvald, right? So he's a college going student, and when he found that this particular kernel, right, and he started researching into that particular Unix operating system. At that time it was a Unix operating system and it was available for the university purpose. But this person, Linus Torvald, has started experimenting with that one, and later on, he made his own operating system, okay, and gave that name uh, as a Linux. Very simple and easy. And he normally he call it as a he created his own kernel, but that was absolutely wrong. Okay, everybody knows that it's his, he has done the things and all, But no, only thing is what he has done is he has available that kernel to the community. Okay, it's a open based community. His thinking was that the kernel should be available for everyone and everybody can contribute to that kernel. This is why nowadays you guys are able to see more than 600 distributions of Linux operating system is available, whether it's a Red Hat, Fedora, CentOS, Ubuntu, Debian, SUSE. There are n number of Linux operating system. It's only because of this person, okay? Because he made it that kernel available for everyone, and everyone is putting their own features. Kernel was same, the core was same for all the operating system, most of it, okay? Only on top of it he started adding or other, like suppose Red Hat itself is a company, all of you know, right? So like that, all whoever has this distro, if you see there are different operating systems, so they added their own feature and they made their own operating system, guys, right? And everybody gave a name of that operating system like Ubuntu, right, itself, okay, or a Red Hat, right? But the core is always same, and this is that reason Linux, if you run a command, okay, there is a slight difference will be there, but almost 95% of the command whatever you are executing in Red Hat, it's going to execute in other flavors of Linux. You guys are getting my point, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt? Yeah. So one more thing I just wanted to tell you, Unix operating system, like you guys have heard of, because I have worked with HP guys. I have worked with yeah. So HP uses its own operating system, HP, right? HP UX was there. Have you guys have heard of this Unix operating system or IBM AIX? So guys, I was talking about there are so many operating system of a Unix operating system was there also. Okay, earlier you guys have heard of IBM AIX, right? And Sun Microsystem, earlier we Solaris we used to call it. Okay, so there is AT&T also. They have their own operating system, guys, right? HP UX, as I said, they have their own operating system, right? And there are some other operating systems are also there, which is Unix operating system basically. And the major difference between a Linux and a Unix operating system is one is platform dependent, another is platform independent. Okay, so this is the major difference because Unix operating system can run on a dedicated hardware only, but a Linux operating system cannot require a dedicated hardware. It can support n number of hardwares. Okay, any
No.
doubt? Okay. Now let's get into the business. Okay. This is little bit more about the introduction, right? So this slide is very, very important. Okay. This is not just a uh, sentence over here. Why I'm calling this as a everything is a file in Linux. If somebody is going to ask you, okay, why Linux? Why Linux? Right? In Windows, let's go to Linux, Windows, right? Okay, this is Windows operating system. This is your PC, right? Here also. So you saw .exe file, .dll file and all, right? Correct. But why I have written this? Everything is a file in Linux operating system. Any idea? Adiba or Muhammad or anyone?
No idea, sir.
Okay, so guys, why I'm telling in Linux everything is a file, now you will get your answer. Okay, so this is a virtual machine. Okay, this is just a VMware workstation, right? And in this VMware workstation, I have spin up a VM over here. Okay, and this VM name is basically engineer1.abhishek.roshan.com. Don't worry about this one. Whatever I am explaining, again I'll be repeating. So you guys will not forget in your entire career. Okay. So thing is that here, if you go to the topmost level, basically when you do a CD slash, don't worry about that why I'm writing CD and why I'm writing this forward slash and all. So when you write it down this one, and when you execute a command ls-ltrh, so you guys are able to see there are list of directories over here. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes.
why list of directories? Because everything starts with D is a directory. Everything starts with a hyphen itself is a normal file, guys, over here. Whenever you see something like this, but a directory, we are calling it as a directory, but that itself is a file. Okay, now can we go to any of the directory, whether it's slash etc or any of the directory? So just do a ls hyphen ltrh. So what you guys are able to see over here, so you guys are again able to see the list of files and list of directories. Because see, these are basically, if you try to go inside any of this directory also, again you guys are going to get files only. Let's, what I have configured, I have configured samba server here. So let's go inside this one. Okay, just do a pwd, what is the path of this one, slash etc samba, right? And what all things you are going to see here, you are going to see smb.conf, right? And when you are going to do a cat of this one, guys, just stop me if I am fast. Okay, so let me clear it out. Okay, and just do a ls hyphen ltrh, just do a cat of this one. Okay, and just see smb.conf. Okay, and just see here all the configurations which is related to a samba server, it's configured over here. You can see this is a shared path and everything. What is the directory mask, what is the create guest, and what is writable, what all host I have allowed over here, everything inside a file. Yes or no? So the answer is slash etc we use for all configuration related files like this. Okay, can we go inside var directory? Okay, let's go over here in var directory, right? You see there are list of directories are there, right? You see log directly, www, ftp is there, lib is there, cache is there, crash is there, spool. Every directory has its meaning. So if you go and try to understand each and every directory, so things will be clear for you. Even if you go to this temp directory, okay, just go inside this temp directory, you are going to get some temporary files and a directory over here. Try to go any directory, every directory has a meaning, and in every directory there is a file. You guys are getting my point, why I am calling Linux in everything Linux file? Because even it's a configuration file or a boot file or a third party application file, user related file, all of you know where the user related information is going to get stored, that is slash etc passwd file. Where is the user related password is going to store? Okay, shadow shadow file. Okay, where is the group is going to get stored, slash etc group, right? Where is the group password is going to save, slash is etc g shadow? You tell me, guys, I'll tell you n number of reason why Linux everything is a file. This is that reason it is very difficult to hack a Linux operating system. Now you guys will understand, and this is a added advantage also for you. Why? Suppose somehow you have deleted one file, correct? You have taken a backup of that file already, correct? So by mistake, suppose you have not added slash etc passwd file, you have deleted by mistake. Okay, so when you configure a Linux operating system, you know all the operating system has same file, same the file which is there in your this machine, in this particular virtual machine. If you go and see this virtual machine, right, when I said this is a host name, if you want to see the host name, okay, so in this virtual machine, and let's go to another virtual machine. Okay, what is that new virtual machine? Can we put the enter? This also I'll explain you. because I have seen there are so many comments, people are facing issue with mobile extents. So this is something which is going to be easier for you to connect to any of the server. Okay. So here, okay, what is the IP of this server, this machine? I'll show you everything from scratch, installing VMware to just spinning up all these things. No need to worry, okay? I'm not going to leave you guys, don't worry. Okay. So here, right? Okay. So this machine is there, right? So now you tell me when I have configured the same thing, okay, the slash etc pass WD is same. Only the user difference will be there, yes or no? But the file is same, yes or no, guys? Tell me. If you see
Yes.
over here, if you talk about,
Yes,
there
sir.
are some list of users will be there, right? And see, just forgot about these users, which is normal user. Okay, there are three types of user will be there that I'll discuss later on. Okay, but if you talk about only a root user and only a system users, okay, like your bin is there and your FTP is there, right? You see SSSD is there, these are Avahis is there. So these are system users only. Okay. So these users, and you see the same file over here. It's going to be same only, right? Bin is there, daemon is there, ADM is there, FTP is there, right? You can see Abahi
Yes, sir.
also, it will be there, right? So now you tell me, if in case you have deleted by mistake, if you have the backup of those users somewhere, so it's not going to impact you, right? You can if you know your Linux operating system, then you are not going to struggle anywhere. Getting my point, guys?
File application also is a file, right?
Correct. Everything, even if you configure normal, see, good question. Okay, just come over here. So here, if ps-ef pipe grep java, okay. So you see, I think I have uninstalled or what. I'm not sure which. I think I have uninstalled, guys. Okay, that I'll show you when I'll be installing that one. Okay, Tomcat server. Basically, I have installed it. Okay. So even if you install Tomcat also, the dedicated files will be going to dedicated directories. Everything, anything, whatever you are going to configure, if you just do a cat slash etc pass wd, okay, just see from here only, right? So these are the users. Even mysql also, MySQL also I have installed it over here, right? If you try to locate MySQL, correct? You see there are list of files only which I have already installed. MySQL DB also I have installed in this one. So what is the libraries file? All libraries file it's going to be in var lib MySQL. Okay. So all, even just scroll up little bit here. So you are going to get what all configuration file you see, log rotate. Okay, where and all the MySQL files is going to be. You guys are getting my point? From where the MySQL bin means binary executable file is executing, from bin it's executing. Everything is a file in Linux operating system. Getting my point, guys? Yes or no? Correct?
Yes.
That
Yes.
proves itself that everything is a file in Linux operating system. Now, any idea about this one? Configuration data stored in text. What does it mean? Any idea? Just
All
now,
the configuration files are stored in text.
yeah, configuration data stored in text means what you are understanding from this one, guys. Just now I have explained. Just now the answer already I have given for this one.
Configuration files are also stored in text.
Hmm. Means what?
Everything is a file. Then under the file will be inside there some written configuration, like in a text in a string, not any numbers.
Yeah, that is true. Almost 75% you are correct on target, 25% you okay. So thing is that obviously it is a file, but what is the importance of this, guys? Just now I told you when you see everything is a file in Linux operating system, right? So suppose this is one VM, this is one virtual machine, yes or no? Like engineer one dot Abhishek Roshan dot com, right? So in this machine, if I have configured your Tomcat server, some of its file, right? Any of its file will be there, right? Like server.xml file is there, right? In that one. So that file, if I wanted to move from here to which machine? If I wanted to move to another machine, which is this machine, 192.168, right? 72.225, right? Can I move that one?
Yes, easily you can move it, copy and paste there,
Why we are able to do it?
because
So
you save as a file configuration.
yeah, answer is here. Configuration data is stored in text. Okay, this is that reason, guys. Okay, so let me take this one, host name. Okay, so you just take this one from here, just mention over here. So the first thing you have understand why everything is a file in Linux, and now configuration data is stored in a text. Ability to chain program together to perform complex tasks. What do you mean by this? Any idea?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello, this Shay. I think it's like
Mm-hmm.
we can put everything in a script and run it at once.
No. Okay. So ability to chain program together to perform complex task. Now in front of you only, I'll be explaining this one only. Just see. Okay. Let me clear this one. So what is this? Itself is a command, right? Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? That itself is a command, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So slash etc passwd is a file, I said, right? Correct.
Mm,
So
yeah,
when I
yeah.
execute this one, what I am getting? I am able to display the content of this file. What content of this file? Cat slash etc passwd file. Can I do it like this? I just put a pipe over here. Can I do it like this? Can I grab any of this name like Sumit?
Mm,
If I wanted
yeah.
to grab Sumit, can I grab Sumit only? I don't want all the list of users. I only want Sumit. So what I am doing over here is basically I am redirecting the output of one command into a input for the second command. Yes or no?
Yes, you combine two commands in order to display one file or one ability.
Yes. What is that? Output of one command working for a input for the other command. Right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So again,
Correct, sir.
okay, again. So like this, these are the users. Can I do it like this? WC-L. How many users? One user. How many lines means word count or lines you are checking, right? I'm doing like this. So again, the output of second command becomes the input of the third command. Correct? You can do n number of R&D into this one, guys. Like this only we troubleshoot for this and all. Okay, when you do, just go to this directory where, right, ls-ltrh, just go to logs, right? Correct. Here, any of this, okay, where we need to search some of the like d message is there, right? Messages is there, right? Correct. matches is there, right? So if you want to cat any of this, correct, right, we are going to get this one out of this one, right? First we'll see how many lines are there. WC-L, right? 6,706 lines is there. Out of this, I want to grep what I want to grep. I want to grep only this failed one. Can I get it? I'm not getting anything. Why? Because first I have executed this one lines. So output of this one, I am not getting anything. So this also you have to keep it in your mind. Okay. How the output of first command is going to work for the input of the second command, and output of the second command is going to work for the input for the last command. Understanding my point, guys? Why I have shown you like this? It's you only who
Yes,
has to
yes.
do practice, practice and practice. It's not like if I told no, you have to exit. No, you have to do it. Correct? Without doing, you cannot know. Linux is all about maths. Okay. You have to practice, 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 then only you will become good. Okay. So this is what. So this is that reason, guys. Ability to chain program together to perform complex tasks. Okay. So again, this guys is there, which I have already told you, right? And then finally, why Linux? Okay. So these are the some common, you can tell Linux is, somebody is going to ask you why Linux. So it's quite similar to Unix like operating system. I'm not going to this. These are something which is very basics. What is multi-user multitasking? All of you know, right? Multi-user means what? Okay. The same thing. Suppose anybody has any idea what is a multi-user? Multitasking. I'm not talking about. What is multi-user?
Yeah, more than one admin can log in on the same server and perform any task you want.
More than one admin or more than one user?
More than one user. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
I'm very precise with guys user and admin. Okay, so whenever I talk, admin can be only one. Okay, user can be so many users will be there. You can create n number of users. Okay, so that
Okay,
is there.
okay, thanks.
So yeah, and multitasking is you can execute multiple tasks at a time. Okay, obviously a wide hardware support, as I said, like it support most of the hardwares, right? And fully supported. These are some pointers are there which you guys can remember for theoretically. Now this is important for you. So if somebody is going to ask you, you are talking about Linux every day. So you need to tell me how many Windows operating systems are available in market. Ask him question. Somebody is telling you why Linux. You tell him how many Windows are there. How
I
many
think one.
it's only one only, right? And they are just
Yes.
upgrading it, correct? But if you talk
Yes.
about Linux, it's more than 600 distributions are available in the market, right? Correct? Yes or no, guys? Correct. So that
Correct.
itself proves that the how much Linux is important for your day-to-day operation in a corporate, okay, in IT. Some of it is like Debian based will be there. That is what I'm talking about. Debian based operating system like Kali Linux is comes under that only. Right? Kali Linux, we use it for both ethical or unethical purpose. So don't go with those things and all. Earlier, I thought I'll put some videos on. There is a white hat Linux, right? White hat hackers will be there. Some right. So yeah, we cannot put those videos in YouTube, otherwise there will be active community guideline and all. Okay, they have already deleted one of my videos. So I only focus on very ethically. Okay, so yes, Kali Linux people are using for mostly that purpose only, guys. Okay, so Debian is there, Ubuntu you guys know all of only there are difference, guys, like package management apt get we use in Red Hat, we use yum and all to install a package. There are some slight only command difference will be there, but configuration wise, I said, because since all of them are using same kernel, so you are going to find out same. Only there are slight difference of commands will be there. And Red Hat Linux, see now earlier Red Hat Linux was open source only, but later on they have licensed it. And these two, Fedora or CentOS, is a copycat of this Red Hat Linux only. And even you guys, because when I was working in Oracle, okay, so they have Oracle Linux. So what I have done is, because I was curious to know that how these guys are, whether it's a Oracle Linux or what these guys have done it, so I simply put cat. See, if you wanted to know any of the version of a Red Hat Linux operating system, just do a cat/etc Red Hat release, right? So you'll come to know what is the release of it, correct guys? Right? So same way, if I have executed the same command in Oracle Linux and I was getting Red Hat, so what they have done is they have wrapping up. So it's just a inside, the content is same, but outside they have wrapped it with their own brand. Same thing HP done, big product based companies. So they acquire those things basically and they named it with their name. That's it. They are not going to change anything. HP has done the same thing when I was in HP, and that was the biggest blunder of them. I think they have lost, I think 100 millions or something. They have invested 200 millions for HP Helium OpenStack. What they have done is that they have, at that time only I have worked in their cloud OpenStack. HP Helium OpenStack was the cloud. They have gave it the name, but they have only kept it for private cloud, means private purpose for their clients and all. It's not for public use. Cloud is all about public, right? Correct? Yes or no, guys? So same thing, they have made it for private purpose, and later it was a big blunder. It was a failure of HP, and this is that reason HP divided. I am giving you the exact reason why HP got divided. When I joined HP, that time HP was HP Inc. Later on, it got divided into HPE and HP Inc. Okay, so HP is the software division, and later on, now you guys have heard of DXC, right? And there is Micro Focus is also a part of HP only. These all are from the HPE now. You guys are getting my point. So you need to make sure, see, R&D is not that easy, okay? But yes, you can take the other stuff and you can try to make their your own. But yes, you need to put full effort into that one. You need to put full resources. So it was the biggest loss for HP at that time. $200 million. Okay. It was a complete failure. I was part of that project. But anyways, okay. Product based companies are like that only. Okay. So yeah, so most of the, and somebody has asked me like, sir, why Red Hat all the time you are telling? Because actually in production environment you are going to encounter Red Hat Linux only. You go to any organization, I can challenge on that one. You will find out Red Hat Linux only, because this is one of the most stable operating system. And Fedora and CentOS is a copycat of that one. Same way, Debian based, as I said, okay, here, sorry, there are SUSE, right? Open SUSE is there. SUSE Linux will be there. Some depends upon, not majority, 5% of the company, they prefer SUSE and all, or Open SUSE, this kind of operating system. There also, I think SUSE also I have worked on. This only that command difference will be Zyper in to install something instead of yum or apt-get, they are using Zyper in. That's it. Only little bit command difference will be there, but most of the things will be same only, guys. Okay. So you no need to worry. If you are going with the most standard operating system, then you are going to able to handle any of the operating system in Linux, any of its flavor. Okay. These are some independent communities: Slackware, Wide Linux, Alpine Linux, Open Embedded, Built Root, right? And now our main topic, since see, this is just the introduction of Linux, so I have explained you this much, but the classes will prerequisite will be there. So these things I'm going to give you the access. I'll give you the access today only. Please, all of you, that please download this one before the class. Okay, I'll give you after this class only. I'll send you the mail that how you have to download. Anyways, you no need to do, you'll receive a mail directly from me, okay? And the license also you are going to get, and you need to use this terminus. And RHEL, this ISO file also, it's going to be 9 GB. So please make sure you have enough space, okay? And then you need to ask, sir, why you are doing this in a VMware workstation, correct? Ask me why you are doing in VMware workstation, right? Why you are not doing in cloud? Why you are not creating virtual machine in cloud? You could have asked me this question, right?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to save your money. I'm helping you guys to save your money, but you guys are, see, that is what people not understand me. Okay, so this is that reason I can directly jump into cloud, but when I'll show you how much they are charging me, so see, if you forgot, okay, so ultimately end of the day your account will be suspended. Then what you will do when you have to learn AWS, correct? Point is that think what, so anyways when you learn this one, things will be cakewalk for you, cloud, because one technology is the predecessor to the other technology. So when you are good at virtualization, you are not going to struggle for containerization, you are not going to struggle for a cloud virtual machines. That is, I told you right in the day webinar I was talking about HVM, hardware virtual machine, we call it as a, that is also a virtual machine, right? So things will be easy for you. So guys, I'm ending up the session here only. Any doubt?
No, sir. Just want to ask you a question. If I finish, as your introduction to us today is great. As we practice, do you think we will be able to do Red Hat exam, the administrator one, after we finish?
Yes, because recently I'm not sure there is a career counseling with Ibrahima. You guys have heard, which I have done it. He has just sent me something. Wait, okay, I'm not sure Ibrahima today or where he has pinged me. I need to see. Okay, one second. I need to see. See, yes. So you can understand what all things I'll teach. Uh, so see how many days just, I think it's not even 1 month also, right? So what is that? So I don't tell, I teach, okay, and see what he has written. I'm very open person, okay, I'll not hide anything. Nobody will do it like this. Ibrahima, right? DLO, correct? What he has written, I just passed my RHCSA exam last week, right? Correct? As we talked about few weeks
Yes,
back,
sir. Yes.
I'll be making my resume and will be sending it to you for review. As it is meantime, I started going through 100 Linux interview question answer. I bought this website. Once I done, I'll find out available slot to get started with your career counseling, and he'll get the job also once I'll take his mock interview. So whatever I do, guys, those are the authentic things I do. Okay, very authentic. So if you go
Thank you,
with this
sir.
course now, 100%. See, those are set of questions only, those dumps. Okay. Normally, people will only practice those dumps in their system and they'll go for the exam. But what I am teaching, it's way beyond that. Okay. That is just a part of it. Okay. Once you complete this one, you'll see, oh, this question is a cakewalk for me, like that. That's it. Okay. So that is there,
Okay,
guys.
sir.
Yeah. Anything else,
Thank you,
guys? I
sir.
can help you or any doubts?
Do you think with this we still need, like, if we want to be like a step ahead studying while coming to class, do you think we should go get the 100 days IT bootcamp? And do you also advise we go get your 100 question Linux bootcamp so that we can, while studying, we keep practicing?
Yes. So 100 days of IT corporate bootcamp is always helpful. Why? Because when you have to swim in ocean, okay, first you are going to do swimming in swimming pool. You have to learn, right?
Yes, sir. True.
Right.
Yeah, that's true,
So
sir. Yeah.
so my way of thing is that if you want to match with me, okay, if you come up with more queries, okay, if you want to come up with
Yes, sir.
more queries, please go ahead with my courses like Adiba has already taken, okay. So Adiba, I'm
Yes, sir.
expecting from you, you should ask more questions to me, okay. So please ask question. If you
Okay.
don't have questions, means you are not practicing, according to me. Okay. So
Yes.
you
Okay.
need
Yes, sir.
to
Sure.
you need to have questions. Then only your doubt will be clear. Otherwise, impossible, guys. I can guarantee on that one. So, guys, have a great day. Just
Okay.
take care of yourself, your loved one. Bye bye.